All right, it's the next day. I got the planter full of seed. I went and got seed. Actually, the first thing this morning was chasing some calves out of the cornfield, which they weren't really on the corn part, but I don't want them to learn that habit. So we had a talking to. Then I went and got the rest of the seed because since I had changed my plan and am doing less corn than what I had originally intended, that means I needed more seed. So I went and we found some soybeans. I'm sure that they could order exactly what I would want if I had any particular preference, but I just said whatever you got on hand. So it's basically the same two things that I planted before. The only difference is they're not treated. So when you look at the seed, it's soybean color. It's not green like the others, but I still have some magic powder on there. So that should be ready to go. And I can't think of anything else that we need to do before we go. I mean, we should be ready. So that is the hope. I'm gonna drain my radiator here real quick before we go, and then we'll head that way. I got the rest of the seed in the trailer over at Dad's because if he happens to be around, maybe he can run it out to me when I need it. And if not, it's a lot shorter walk from there to his house than it is from there to here. So that's what we'll do. Ooh. The cup holder from the viewer works pretty good, except these little narrow bottles you got to watch because they can slip out sideways, but overall it's pretty darn handy. Something coming down the road, semi. Raise that up. Buddy the dog. You gonna follow us for a while? Like you always do? People would not take it down the road that way, but it's easier for me by myself to just have it ready to go. We're not going that far. Starting to come up out of the ground. Looks pretty good so far. the far end and work this way. Because that's what we always do. Old habits. Okay, those scrapers won't be screaming quite as loud as they were the other day. All right, we better turn our air on. The air is where we want it. Let's get the right marker down. Somebody the other day said, oh, can't you adjust those markers to drop faster? Well, they're on their separate lever, so I'm the one who makes them go up or down faster. I like them that way, so you don't have them down like when you're doing inrows next to trees and stuff. When you see this, you probably think this is kind of bizarre, but I've talked about that before. A piece of ground got sold around here, and it was surveyed, and Dad paid the surveyor to do his while he was here, and it turns out that this had been way off from where it was supposed to be. So I gained a whole planter's width here, but that also means in this corner now it's an odd slope. It's taken me a while. I'm finally getting it flattened out a little bit better, but that's why it looks so goofy. quite sure all our chains are still where we put them. I think they are. See, how did that get in there? I don't remember which one of them was the one that was chewed up, but the chewed up idler, it's fine. We're good to go, I believe. Yep. Well, we got that done. Sure. I'd like to say again without casualty, but of course, at the last minute, sad things happened. Ooh, something else sad happened here too. Okay, more sadness happened. Who knows how long that happened? I don't know. But I see a chain has jumped off. Dang it. That might have not happened very long. And I say that because what happened was right on the end rows, planting the end rows, all at once I look up and out of the ground pops a tree limb that was buried in the dirt. And it came up and it broke another fitting off my marker and ruined the hose. It jammed in somewhere. It actually bent this. I thought when I backed off of it, it was going to be fine, and then it did more damage backing off of it than it did going on. Jeez. But we were doing so good. Everything was going great until the very last, literally the last couple passes on the end rows. So, I don't know. Well, all the rest of this worked great. I don't know what, that really puzzles me there. When did that happen? It couldn't have happened, what I'm saying is it didn't plant very long with it not working, because what am I trying to say here? They're even, the amount of seed that's in it. So let's quickly figure this out. Why did it do this? I don't think there's any reason it did that other than maybe it was when I lifted it on the end row and it bounced or something. I don't really know. That's one of those stupid things that happens that you wonder what is the deal. And of course now I can't get it for anything. Oh, because it's down. It's at the tightest that it would be there. That's weird. Maybe this one is a candidate for a new, I got new parts coming for stuff. Maybe this one needs a new spring on here or something. But that's weird, unless it jumped off on the, I bet it jumped off in the driveway, maybe. Like when it was bouncing. I don't know. That's really super weird. Why would it do that thing? But if it had been running on where it was sitting right here a second ago, then this would have been shined up a lot more, I think, from it rubbing on there. So I don't know. I don't think that it was very long, if at all. But that's weird. Another weird thing that happens to me, at least it was at the very end. And that is frustrating, but such is life. But we are done, other than a little 2-acre square up there by the driveway, which I think I'll get done maybe tonight still, in which case we will be finished this year on the, what day is it? 11th of June. So last year, to compare, I finished on the, I believe it was the 31st of May, right around there. So we're about a week later, week and a half later maybe than I was. Yeah, I remember that day. I don't remember the date, I guess, but I'm pretty sure it was the 31st of May, because it was pouring down rain that day. Right as we finished, there's a video on it, and I had to drive home on the road in the rain, and then something else happened on the road that I won't forget ever probably, but I'm not going to talk about that. But I think about that a lot, and it was a rainy day, and then I got home and finished up, you know, kind of like I'm doing now, after the fact talk, and then the sun came out. So it rained on me for no reason. But yeah, I mean, what kind of a year has this been? I mean, geez, all around it's been an odd year. And see, like here, what's going on? All my little zip ties have broken. It's just a strange little bitty things like that have been holding me up this whole time. But I guess I'll take it. I mean, nothing too expensive so far. Probably the most expensive thing that's broke is the that leak on the 9650. I ordered the seals. That was like $350 worth of stuff I ordered. But I ordered some other, the 3 things in there, and then I also ordered something else for it. Filters, hydraulic filter. We're gonna change the hydraulic oil while we're this far, because it's pretty well empty now. So now would be a good time to do that. And yeah, but I'm a lot better now. I'm a lot that we're pretty well done. I mean, I don't have to freak out anymore. So I'll get to working on that corner, and I'll probably film that, because I've got an idea of something we're going to use since this thing is out of commission. I almost used it the other day, but then got this going in the middle of the night. And yeah, I think it'll be fun to try, because the whole reason I bought it was in case this ever messed up, you know, and I didn't have anything. If this tool messed up, what would I do, you know? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the pretend backup plan and see how that goes. So, and that'll give us time to fix everything on everything that needs fixed. You know this, I've got 2 new tires. We need to just do that right away and get that over with. So that's done. what else does it need? Well, I need to get extra bearings on hand so I don't have to run around again looking for stuff. I need to possibly get, I think what I'm gonna do, see, this is the old side, and I think what I'm gonna do, I'm getting tired. They're starting to get wore a little on the bottom of the cast. I think I'm gonna order a whole new set of those for each side. And next time we got problems, we're gonna just swap them out, and then we'll put new bearings in these and have these as spares and go again. Because what I found, taking it apart, was that the bearing had the holder seized in these arms, so it took longer to get it apart, and they really need to be able to float. So I'm gonna, have an extra spare set on hand so that we could just swap in and out and be done with it. And actually, those things are getting so wore, I'm thinking about seeing if they still make that whole reel assembly and just buy a whole nother reel assembly and then have one as a spare, with the bearings already on it. And then if you ever ran into trouble, you could just quickly swap on your other reel and be done. I don't know about all that, but we definitely, I depend on this a little too much. I don't really have a backup for this other than this other thing we're going to try, which doesn't have rolling baskets. But, I've got the smaller disc still, so I could always switch to that if I had to. But, yeah, this thing's going to need, I think, sweeps in the next few years. So they're getting kind of wore. I don't remember what these were. Something ultras, I don't know. That is messed up there. Why is that doing that? That is not the appropriate angle. So is that broken? It very possibly is. Yeah, that's happened before. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's fine. Maybe it just sat down on it in a weird way. But yes, hydraulic cylinders need rebuilt on tools. That's something that needs done. Probably gonna have to give the plumbing some attention on here. That's getting pretty rusty. And I don't know, we got time now. We got the seed in the ground, so we can start, getting our stuff back in order for next time. But I definitely want this fixed so that it's not sitting there with a major problem and then somebody forget about it and drive off with it and run it out of oil and ruin it. But anyway, we're done, and I'm gonna say that it was a success so far. So what else can we say but thank goodness. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.